Hey everybody, I just had the most inspiring, insane, incredible call with one of my favorite clients. And she's my favorite because she does not give up. She works on herself. She shows up ready for our meetings every week. And we were talking about the 3 stages of transformation today. And as we were talking, we came up with this analogy. It's gonna blow your mind. I am so excited. I have to show this to you, okay? Right now, there is something you wanna work on in your life, okay? And you are like a block of ice. You're an ice cube, okay? And you're an ice cube right here in the freezer, meaning that you're stuck. You can't make the change you want to make, and your environment is keeping you stuck in the freezer. You want to be cool, flowing water, and you're an ice cube stuck like this in the freezer. And this can be an emotional goal, a financial goal, a weight loss goal. Okay? You're in the freezer and it's cold in the freezer. Watch what we're gonna do. We're opening the freezer. We're opening the door to transformation. We're opening the door and our minds to being coached. Got some ice. Okay. Here is the ice. Take a look at how big this is, okay? It's like 3 ice cubes. We're putting in a cup. We're starting the process of transformation in the fridge. The ice is in the fridge. Now, you have something and you're starting to shake things up a little bit. You're learning a little personal development. Maybe you made an appointment with a coach. Maybe you joined a support group. You're shaking up your belief that you can't really change this. You're starting to want to change. You want to be that gooey, flowy, happy water, but you're still ice. And you don't know how to become water. You don't know how to get your internal molecules firing up, melting. But you know that where you are in the freezer is not helping. So you change your environment and you start adding in more things. Now you're in the fridge. Let's see. It's been about 30 seconds now. How fast do you think you're gonna melt in the fridge? This is those first changes. You're like, wow, I'm eating so much healthier. Maybe I've given up soda. I'm drinking more water. I'm eating some vegetables. Like when I look at my plate, there's actual vegetables there now. I'm still having all my cakes and cookies, and I don't want to be deprived, and I don't want to be asked to do too much, and I don't want to make too many changes, and maybe I'm actually taking a walk outside 2 to 3 times a week, or maybe I'm starting to play with my kids, or I'm going to bed like 30 minutes earlier. Little changes. From the freezer to the fridge, we're all ice cubes. We are all constantly resisting change, but also influenceable by the right coach and the right environment. Let's go check it out. Okay, here we are in the fridge. There's a little bit of water there in the bottom of the cup, barely, but look at the sides of the cup. You see how water drops are starting to go down? Let's leave the cup here on the counter, okay? Today it's pretty cold in my house. Thank the good Lord, after how it was last week, right? Now it's pretty cold and we're on the counter, but we're still. You're really to start making changes. You're like, okay, I was veggie some. I'm drinking a little water instead of so much coffee. I'm making huge efforts to actually eat breakfast. You don't know how hard it is to not go to sleep at midnight and wake up late with the kids. You don't know how hard it is to not emotionally eat every time I'm having a fight with my husband. You don't know because you're an ice cube and I'm an ice cube. But now, all of a sudden, we're starting to acknowledge that we got some challenges. We're starting to warm things up. We're changing our environment. Now, we're ready to take it to the next level and go on the countertop. We're ready to get melting. Take a look at these ice cubes. They're melting 3 times as fast when they are on the surface of the counter outside. Now, sometimes it can be a heat wave like yesterday, where all of a sudden you find that right community of people. You find that right coach. You're doing it plus the personal development group. You're doing it plus maybe a success partner. You're doing it plus finding the recipes and being veggies most. Now you're melting. Your environment is becoming even more positive. All of a sudden you're like, Shabbos, challah, I don't need to eat 5 pieces of challah. Give me a bite. Pass over that amazing kale salad. I want to hang out with those friends. Whenever I'm with those friends, they're not offering me like that I have to food push on them my New York cheesecake this Shavuot. Instead, they're celebrating Bikurim, and if I say, no thanks, I'm good, they're happy to offer me a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and not force me to try all of their different cheesecakes. Look at this while we're talking. Look how these ice cubes are melting. All of that resistance to change is just transforming in front of your eyes. Guys, you are ice cubes. I'm an ice cube. We are ready to transform, and we just have to be willing to move from the freezer, from environments that are refreezing our resistance, making it harder and harder to even believe that change is possible, to the fridge in a glass where we're contained in ourselves and we're open-minded that maybe things can change, but we're frustrated because we feel like we're still stuck in this cold glass, in this cold environment, to the glass on the countertop where we're allowing our environment to influence us positively. We're allowing belief to build in us that we can change until we get really vulnerable. And we pour out the ice cubes onto the counter. And look at these guys sliding around, 2/3 of the way melted, embracing transformation. I want all of us to be in melting mode, to be helping each other melt inner resistance to our greatness, whether it is about your weight or your business or your finances or your dreams or your parenting or your marriage. We all feel resistant and we don't realize it's because we're all ice cubes and we have to get the hell out of the freezer. And then we have to get out of the fridge. And then we have to get to that environment that's going to help us be successful. But if we don't even get out of the glass onto the counter, open and vulnerable with people we trust and coaches who care about us, we're never fully going to transform. Now let's say you find in those last moments of resistance, not just that you are vulnerable, but you are vulnerable and that you were loved. And now you surrender and you say, I am worthy and I am loved and God loves me and my coach loves me and my community appreciates me. All of a sudden, your resistance melts away. And no matter how good your environment even is, allowing yourself to feel worthy, allowing yourself to feel loved, allowing a coach into your life, allowing a positive environment into your life, not resisting. You just flow and drip and achieve that transformation that you wanted. And it becomes easier and easier and easier to break down those limiting beliefs. And look how much more water there is, how much more greatness there is than there ever was stomped up in those ice cubes. Every drip is part of that transformation. You're the ice cube. I'm the ice cube. I have my own transforming to do too. I challenge you anytime you wonder what you need next to melt your ice, that you come back and watch this video, share this video, and go take a flippin' ice cube out of your freezer and start melting it. And use it as a reminder. Transformation is possible.